Alright, here we go. We're going to get the nurse ready. We're going to get rid of some of these. I'm going to try and set up some new builds here. I don't think I have a third slot yet. Oh. Alright, let's see. Let's lethal pursuer, barbecue and chili. Maybe pop. Lock. Locks generator with no progress for 30 seconds. We could do pop. Do pop. Then, no way out. Yeah, there we go. Number 2. Let's go. Let's see. Nowhere to hide. Should we go eruption? Weaken awareness. When carrying surviving city or other survivors in your position. Go awaken awareness. Corrupt, and then go pop again. Pop is the weasel. Where to hide, awaken awareness, corrupt intervention. Pop goes the weasel. Then let's see. It's thrilling mercenary? Maybe so all generators not being repaired by sphere blocked by the key. Being repaired by sphere blocked by the Yeah, we'll do thrilling shimmers and then we'll do score check. Pain resonance. We'll go pop again. And should we do floods of rage maybe? Alright, we'll try each of these 3 builds here. Let's see. All right, let's see. Fragile Wheeze. Okay, we're gonna do Fragile Wheeze. Blink attacks inflict a mangled status effect. And then Heavy Panting. Or should we do Kavanaugh's Last Breath? Do I have Kavanaugh's Last Breath? I do. When succumbing to fatigue, any survivors within 8 meters of the nurse are afflicted with a blindness status effect for 60 seconds. We'll try those for now. Alright, we'll get to the stream. Hope you guys enjoy. I suck so bad at nurse. We will see what happens, though. Oh man. This shall be interesting. See if we can't get good, guys. Everyone says nurse is OP. I don't know. I suck at her, so. I cannot seem to get my blinking distance correct, or when I blink, sometimes I don't even go through stuff, so. Alright, going with the first build, see where that gets us. Holy shit, they are all over here. Holy God, I actually got someone. Holy God. I'm on fire right now. Holy shit. Someone ran all the way over here during that time? Holy shit. That was done. Alright, we'll kick this in. Got him. Great hit, great hit, great hit. Got him. Good blink, good blink. Break the pallet. Blink, good blink, good blink. We'll hook him over here, hook him over here. Okay, we're off to a good start here. We're off to a good start, not bad, not bad. Let's see, where are they at, where are they at, where are they at? We got someone over here working on this, man. Go ahead and pop it. One up here. Got her. Very nice, very nice. Fuck. Fuck that one up. Alright, going on this Jen. Let her go. that gen. Got one on that gen. Check the lockers. I have a feeling they're down in the basement. Yeah, I suck so bad at nurse. He's up here. What when we got to the freaking goddamn mall? You gotta be freaking kidding me here. Oh my gosh, what the hell? Hey, got him. Yeah, I'm gonna lose this match. Oh my, I almost got him. I thought she was gonna pop down here. Alright, we got no way out. Got him. got him. Okay, you had to be patient. You're patient. You're patient. Almost got him. Okay, I see all three. Got her. Very nice, very nice. Got her. He's waiting for the blink. No! Yeah, I suck so bad at her, so my goodness. And that is how you don't nurse. I have a nurse challenge here, so I'm gonna go ahead and click on it here. No. If we cannot get her. I can get her to level 50. Alright, so that didn't work for us. Nowhere to hide. We can again, we'll try the Fragile Wheeze and then the Kavanaugh Cluster. We're going to do Nowhere to Hide, Awakened Awareness, Correct Intervention, and then Pop. how this goes. I'm sure it's gonna be the same as the last match. Alright, here we go. More than likely over here. There we go. There's one. How did I miss? How did I miss? Got him. Quick little blinky blink. Got him. Look on the hook. Go ahead and hit pop. Got her. Nowhere to hide came into play. Excellent, excellent. Got her. Alright, we're off to a good start again. Off to a good start, off to a good start. Someone on this gen, someone's on this gen. We know they're over there. Got him. I can hear him. Got him. I had a feeling he'd be hiding around the corner.
Hey! Hey!
We'll pop him over here. We're gonna kick this down a pop. We can't see anyone. Very nice, my dude. Very nice. I don't know if I want to play around this. Butter. What's this? I think I can't trick her. Got her. Oh, that was a nifty old trick. Oh my god, I can't believe that worked. Ooh, hello, my dude. Got him. Should have used pop on that generator. That's my bad.
Yeah!
We are gonna pop this one. Got him. Quick little blinky blink. There she is. Got her. Got her. Didn't need a blink there. Didn't need a blink. Be patient. Be patient. Ooh, this is her first hit. Her first hit. Let's see where they're at. Got him. Right. Nowhere to. Okay, so this build is looking okay so far. We're probably over there healing, but I'm gonna go kick this gen real quick. See if I can't see anybody. Oh, there we go. Very nice. Oh, very nice. Got him. Got him.
Yeah.
Hey, we're doing pretty good.
Yeah.
He's dead. Looks on me to come over here and test this generator. No, we're gonna break this pallet and get it out of the way. We got a pretty good Ford gen right here. Got him. Oh no! Alright, let's see if we can see anyone. Don't see anyone nearby. Go ahead and pop this. Got her. Alright, nowhere to hide is coming into a great play here. Got her. I'll stay there for a second. I don't think we're going to be able to get to a hook. We might. Who knows? I don't think we will. That's fine. She can get loose. We'll get her. Alright, we should be able to get her this time, I think. There we go. This is much better. Saw her over here. Where'd she go? Alright, she's over here. Very nice, she didn't escape. Alright, not bad. Alright, that was much better. I don't know if I was better or they were just bad. It never really tells. You guys let me know how I did. You guys let me know if you guys feel like it was me doing better or if they were just bad survivors. Alright, we'll try and get this one out of the way. Alright, already at level 30. Alright. So this build here worked pretty good. We'll give it another go. We won with it. Nowhere to Hide came in huge. Awakened awareness, not so much. I think maybe only like one time. And that was at the beginning of the match. Alright, here we go. Oh, I see someone. Here we go. Got her? Scared the shit out of her, I think. Oh, I only had one blink. No, I fucked up. Got her. See this dude? I see her. Just click it. Got her. Alright, they're trading. Got her. Got him. See this little bitch? Got her? See if she tries for a flashlight save. I don't think she will. Go. Yeah, they're still around here. Alright, they're both over here. Oh no! Got her. Alright, we're doing okay. Got her. Alright, I'm getting better at this blinking stuff. Getting better at this blinking stuff. Alright. Alright. Getting better at the blinking. Oh, came right on over here. Oh, so close. Oh my goodness gracious. Got him. Okay, had to be patient. Got him. Alright. Here's someone over here. She thought I was gonna blink. Oh my goodness, that's hilarious. That's fine. Woo! Got lucky, Miss Claudette. Got you that time. Gotcha. We'll get you some, ho. Bitches and hoes and all man knows. Get old Claudette up here on this hook. There we go. She dead. I'm gonna go ahead and pop this bad boy. Got her. Oh, nowhere to hide. Coming in clutch again. Still no awakened awareness though? Alright, let's see where he's at. I hear him. Really? That's a little dead hard, hell. Alright. Got the booty. Oh, there you go. There you go. Wish I had a gin to kick. No, she ran over this way. What the hell? There we go. And DC. I don't understand why you would play a whole match and then DC. Once again, I have no. That time I felt like I was better at Nurse. That time I felt good. That time I felt good. My blinks were on point. I felt like I think I'm getting the hangover. I think I need to change out this perk here though. Awakened Awareness. I don't feel like it's giving me much. Go off of, because usually whenever they're within 20 meters, I can usually see them anyway. So I mean, unless they're hiding, but usually I've already seen them. So I might change this out. Don't know what I'll change it out for. Maybe Eruption?
"12 to midnight. The Crows." The farmhouse sat at the end of a long, serpentine dirt road in the middle of nowhere. The derelict house at the end of the road had a roof that sagged and a warped, wide covered deck with bird feeders that hadn't been filled in years. The vast cornfields surrounding the farmhouse were wild and rumpled. A chime, dangling from a nearby gnarled tree, rang softly in the warm, humid wind as Max Holt, sitting on a hill at a distance, used binoculars to examine the barns, the rusting tractors, and an old, collapsing outhouse. Just beyond the farm, he noticed a cemetery with gravestones etched black against the dusk. He sighed, lowered the binoculars, and wiped beads of sweat off his brow. "So why exactly am I in Texas?" he asked, adjusting a small device in his ear. "What's so special about this abandoned farm?" "It's not abandoned. We decoded a name 2 days ago and tracked him here." Hattie's voice emerged through the tiny black communication device in his ear. "What do we know about the mark?" "Tom Smith, born Nevada, worked as a creative manager in the 60s and 70s in South America for several multinational corporations. No citations, no tickets, no fines. Always paid his taxes on time. Perfect record." "Sounds like a cover." "Good observation. His real name is Louis Rand, born in Oakland. Film degree from UCLA. Recruited by the government for a special department. Louis ended up in charge of manufacturing rebellion, meaning he produced fictional radio broadcasts in several countries reporting on the victories of rebels that never existed." Why go through all that trouble? People don't act if they've lost hope. What year are we talking about? 1950s. Lewis created fictional rebel groups to revolt against a government that was trying to do some good for its people. Each broadcast reported a growing rebellion marching on the Capitol to depose of the president. Usual fare: lies, terror, propaganda, fabrications designed to make the rebels seem unbeatable so no one would dare oppose them. The agency created a boogeyman that never existed, and they used that boogeyman to overthrow an elected president trying to do some good for his country. Right, Max said, and heard they're working on a sequel to the original War of the Worlds. Looking forward to that myself. Heard it's an epic Five Eyes co-production with no expenses spared. He chuckled as he scanned the vast empty fields behind the farm. Should I be looking out for mutilated cows or scorched geometric shapes in cornfields? Not funny, Max. These operations corrupted, destabilized, and destroyed entire countries. And Lewis has information the Veil wants. You need to get to him before they do. Suddenly, Max heard a rumbling in the distance. His binoculars swiveled to a black SUV thundering down the dirt road, throwing great clouds of dust in the air. Shit, we might be too late. I've got an SUV approaching fast. He hooked his binoculars to his belt and withdrew his pistol. I'm heading in. Watch yourself. Always. Max rushed down the hill as the SUV came to a stop and 3 shadowy figures vaulted out. 2 agents kicked the front door and charged into the house, while the others stood guard outside. As Max approached the entrance, he lowered to a stealthy crab walk. From inside, he suddenly heard someone cry out in pain. They had Lewis and were preparing to torture him. He had to move fast. With a great sense of urgency, Max inched closer to the guard, concealing himself in the shadows. Then, all at once, he sprung up behind him, took him in a chokehold and squeezed until his torso shook and his legs sagged. Carefully, Max lowered the unconscious agent to the ground as Lewis released another scream. They had begun to interrogate him. He didn't have much time. Max followed the edge of the house to an open window and climbed inside the cluttered home, and nearly slipped on a counter covered in grime and dead flies. Stacks of dirty dishes covered the kitchen table. Piles of magazines and books rose from the floor to the ceiling. On the walls were black and white surveillance photos of artists painting murals and protesting various dictators that had been selected and sponsored by the agency. Max picked his way into the hallway, moving slowly toward the sound of hard knuckles hitting swollen flesh, accompanied by the occasional groan. He froze suddenly when everything stopped and one of the agents spoke. "Where are the letters? Where are the crows? Who else knows about them?" Lewis didn't answer. The punches and groans continued, and so did Max. He inched slowly toward the living room, picking his way around the stacks of boxes and crates, stopping with each step to listen. "Where are the letters?" Lewis coughed and struggled with every word. "I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just an old man who hoards a lot of useless junk from around the world." Max reached the living room and peeked through the open doorway. One agent prepared a small bottle of orange serum and held it up to Lewis. "I'll ask my questions again. Disappoint me, you get a drop of grime. Disappoint me again, and we move to a spoonful. Another time, and it's the bottle. If we're mistaken, and you're just an old man who likes to hoard junk from around the world, then you have no idea what grime will do to you." The agent tilted the bottle and let a drop form on the rim and asked, Where are the letters? Where are the crows? Who else knows about them? Lewis shook his head. You're dealing with forces you couldn't possibly understand. The agent smiled and let a drop of grime fall into Lewis's busted mouth. Lewis struggled to keep his mouth closed, but the drop dissolved into his cuts and swollen lips. I'm told a drop of grime unlocks a doorway to hell, the agent said. I can't imagine what a bottle would do. Let's try again, and let's not presume to know what I would and wouldn't understand. Lewis scoffed. You remind me of myself when I was first at the agency. Do you even know who you're working for? Who you're really working for? Not the government, not even the corporations. That's what I thought at first, when I realized we weren't working for the government. I thought we were working for the corporations, but they're just tools, like the agency, for a very dark end. Where are the letters? The agent filled a spoon with serum and thrust it into his mouth, breaking his 4 front teeth. Lewis gagged and coughed and spat blood and saliva. After a long moment, he said, You know, the serum you hold is made from a very peculiar flower that comes from another place. And I don't mean another country. Where are the crows? Your true masters are into some crazy shit. They are. They don't just sacrifice people to their ancient god. Oh, that'd be too easy. They go a step beyond. They sacrifice villages, towns, and countries, turning them into places of fear. It's all about the fear, hate, anger. Lewis nodded. What we did in the 50s and 70s was just the beginning. They want to sacrifice the world. They do. They think by turning this world into a living hell, they'll bring forth transcendence. The agent sighed. You are a stubborn old mule, aren't you? He grabbed his hair, tilted his head back, and smashed the bottle into his mouth just as Max sprung from the shadows in one fluid motion, firing 2 rounds into each surprised face. Then he rushed to Lewis and pulled the bottle out of his gaping mouth. Lewis smiled at Max. I ain't getting out of this one. I can already hear the voices. The horror. Lewis, stay with me. Lewis stared at Max for a long moment. Then he said, You're the ones they're after. The wrench in their finely oiled killing machine. Max nodded as the comms in his ears sounded. Ask him about what they wanted. He inched closer to Lewis. What do you have that scares them so much? Lewis smiled. Words. Words? Poetry, art, letters. Lewis began to sob, and Max was sure the serum was beginning to act on his faculties. Then he continued. I thought I was a patriot, preventing threats to our way of life. Imagine my surprise when I found out the agency is just a tool for a bunch of rich assholes in dark robes. I hurt so many people. They're coming for me. What did they want? Lewis struggled against the poison coursing through his veins. We targeted her because she was connected. She could see things in the other world. She could see their faces, and she could paint them in a way no remote viewer ever could. When we tried to own her voice, her art, so she wouldn't expose us, she still painted whatever she wanted. Lewis fell silent, and his face tightened. Her mother was the same, and we intercepted her letters to her daughter. We couldn't let her know her mother was still alive. Both mother and daughter had something between them we couldn't possibly understand. A variable we had somehow overlooked. Lewis groaned and trembled and struggled to calm himself before he continued. We paid her father to keep a close eye on her and report anything unusual in her art. She could see crows from the other world. She told her father they were following her, protecting her, and he thought she was crazy. Lewis began to breathe heavily. It was all there, in her collection. The crows. A blueprint of how they planned to sacrifice the entire world to their ancient god. I've seen the paintings, and I still don't get it. I hate what we did to that poor girl and her brother. At least the mother got away. Lewis trailed away. He collected his thoughts and took in a deep breath. The girl nearly got away, too. She ran, and she started a collective of artists, a rebellion we didn't control, and they painted and wrote poetry against the corruption, against the darkness. Lewis shook his head, almost in disbelief. They published a book of poetry, along with an underground magazine. We had to find every single one of those books and periodicals and burn them. Lewis began to stammer. Her mistake was going to her father. For all the things she had seen, she did not see him. Lewis lost himself for a moment. Tears formed in his eyes and slowly slipped down his face as he continued. She was just an experiment, and she ended up turning against us. She was the key, the leader, the inspiration for them, and for me. His eyes widened, as though he saw something horrible behind Max. He closed his eyes, and when he opened them again, he continued with difficulty. What we did to them, I will never forgive myself for. Do you have the letters? They're coming for me. I can hear them. Do you have the paintings? Lewis started, then nodded as he struggled for every breath. Max realized he didn't have much time. Are they in the house? He asked, leaning closer to Lewis. But Lewis didn't answer. He tried to speak with difficulty, whispering, 15. 13. He repeated the numbers again, then suddenly shrieked and thrashed in the chair. Max tried to rip the tape off his arms as he jerked about, making the chair thump against the creaking floors. When Max finally freed him, Lewis jackknifed to his feet, charged past him, and dove straight through the window. Bleeding from multiple lacerations, he crawled towards the cemetery before his mouth froze in a hideous scream of terror. Outside, in the growing darkness, Max knelt beside Lewis, checking for a pulse, but didn't find any. Lewis's eyes were wide, and his hand extended out towards the cemetery. Nothing you could have done for him. Hattie's voice sounded in his ears. Max stared at the dead man's hands, then the cemetery, where he saw gravestones in the moonlight. 15, 13. It could be a safety deposit box, Hattie observed. Max nodded. Yeah, it could be. He narrowed his eyes on the cemetery. The trail of blood Lewis left in the ground was like an arrow pointing to a gravestone. Hold on, I got a hunch. Max stood and proceeded toward the cemetery. You need to be careful. There could be more agents on their way. Government agents I can handle. It's the other shit I'm worried about. Max found a burial plot marked 1513 in the small cemetery, and using a shovel he had found in a barn, he dug deep into the ground until he hit a coffin. He jumped down into the hole and brushed the dirt off the lid with his blistered hands. Then he heaved the rotten lid open to find a thick lining of black plastic. As he ripped the plastic apart, the scent of wet earth, paint, and burnt wood hit him like a slap in the face. But within moments, he found himself staring at sketches, books, envelopes, statuettes, and paintings from different times and origins. Jackpot, he said, and activated his cell phone camera to send a live stream to Hattie, who was sitting safely in the back of a cramped bookstore in New York City. Maura, Hattie said, as she observed the paintings, we've sensed she was marked like the others but could never prove it. She was clearly connected. Her voice trailed away pensively as he held the cell phone above a painting of a medieval lord surrounded by stacks of bodies in a crumbling castle. Looks like another artist, also seen into the other realm. Max scanned the paintings, then moved on to a copy of a book titled Poets Against the Darkness. From within the book, he pulled out an envelope with WSFM written on it. What does WSFM stand for? Weird Science and Freaking Magic Department. Max chuckled. What? True story. You're starting to lag. Max looked up, and to his horror, he noticed a thick, unnatural fog creeping over the open grave. Shit, he said with dawning realization. I think I'm in a bleed. I think that's why Lewis hid the artifacts here. But Hattie didn't respond. A high-pitched whine sounded in Max's ear as he instantly pulled off the earpiece. As he thrust his comms into his pocket, he saw crows circling above, and he felt his entire body suddenly prickle with needles. His body was reacting to another vibration as he shifted in and out of another dimension. As he tried to gather himself, he heard a twig snap above. He looked up to see a tall woman made of darkness standing by the grave. Max quickly hid inside the coffin, pulling the wooden lid over. He stared through a crack in the wood at the dark apparition looming above him. It stared down at the coffin with cold, black eyes and black blood-like ink dripping down from its fingers. A crow flew down into the grave, landing on the coffin, pecking nervously at the lid, giving away his position. Max closed his eyes and waited to be dragged away to this other world. But the crow disappeared, and the apparition drifted away from the grave. Max quietly slipped out of the coffin and climbed out of the grave, ascending into a world of fog. He could hear the crows circling above, but couldn't see them. As he ran, he heard the sound of his heart thumping against his chest, and then he heard footsteps behind him, growing faster, louder. Max glanced over his shoulder, but saw only a mass of fog. He didn't wait for whatever lurked in the darkness to snatch him. He charged through the cemetery, jumped over the fence, and stumbled miserably to the ground. Then he closed his eyes and lost consciousness as a high-pitched whine filled his ear. When at last he opened his eyes, it was morning, and beams of golden sunlight poured through the cracks of a door, illuminating the darkness and warming his face. He had no recollection of what had transpired, only vague flashbacks of dragging himself over the ground while unnatural and incomprehensible things moved around him. He remembered the crows, the woman with the black eyes, and the shrieks and screams that rent the night. He remembered seeing the outhouse and crawling through a layer of fog. He remembered opening the creaking red door and hiding inside. Everything else was a blur. Covered in dirt and filth, he stepped out into the harsh white sunlight. He grabbed his phone and called Hattie. A moment later, her face appeared on the small screen. "Thought we lost you there." "I feel like I've been run over by a truck, but I'm still here." Max turned round and round, staring at the old farm. "I don't remember much." "You were out the whole night." "Yeah, well, it felt like an eternity."
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's going to do it for this stream. Next stream, I guess I will be doing the Huntress. So, see you guys then.